Welcome to Meeple Mentor. I'm Jared, and we are about to play Blood Rage. Let's take a look. I'll show you how. Feel free to pause the video as needed to follow along with your copy of the game. For your convenience, I've added chapter timestamps in the description to the different sections of the tutorial. While Blood Rage has had several expansions, I'll only be covering the base game in this tutorial. The game can be played with up to 5 players with the 5th player expansion. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell below the video so you don't miss any of my latest content. Blood Rage is all about Vikings, glory, and Ragnarok. Become Viking leaders, commanding your warriors across Midgard into battle. Pillage the land and seek favors and gifts from the gods to achieve glory in battle. The gods have even given you monstrous creatures to fight alongside with. Defeat other clans with your warriors and creatures in battle to gain glory, as well as completing quests. Die gloriously in battle and earn your place in Valhalla during the final hours of Ragnarok. 3 ages slowly bring Ragnarok's destruction to the lands of Midgard. There is no escaping the end. Life is fleeting, but glory is eternal. Now is the time for Rage. Start by laying the game board in the middle of the table. Place the Age Track sheet and Valhalla sheet next to it. Place the Doom token and Saga token next to the Age Track sheet for now. Place all monster miniatures near the game board. In the center of the map is Yggdrasil. Place the green pillage token face up in the center. Shuffle the other 8 pillage tokens and place them randomly at the other 8 provinces surrounding Yggdrasil. The tokens will show the rewards gained by pillaging it. Take all 8 Ragnarok discs and shuffle them. Place 1 at each of the 3 Ragnarok spaces on the Age Track. You should see which provinces they are so players can plan ahead. Note the location disc in the first Age spot. Place the Doom token in that province on the map to indicate that this is the next province to be destroyed. From the remaining Ragnarok discs, flip over a number of them to be destroyed at the beginning of the game. It's dependent on your player count. So in a 4-player game, 1 province will be destroyed. In a 3-player game, 2 provinces, and in a 2-player game, 3 provinces. Place these tokens face down on their indicated provinces on the map. Any province with a Ragnarok token is destroyed and out of the game completely. Let each player choose a clan to be from the 4 available, 5 if you have that expansion. Each clan in the game has 1 leader, a ship, and 8 warriors with their own miniature sculpts. The leader carries the clan's flag. The clans are each represented by their own color and have plastic bases for their minis and monsters gained. The Wolf clan is red, the Bear clan is brown, the Serpent clan is yellow, and the Raven clan is blue. The ship masts will match the clan's color. Take all their miniatures, 4 clan tokens, glory marker, colored bases, and player board. Place a clan token at 6 rage on the rage track. Put the remaining 3 at the far left space of each of the stats tracks below it. There's rage, axes, and horns, which each have their own purpose. Each player should place their glory markers at 0 on the glory track, which is found on the outer edge of the board. Separate the decks of cards into their 3 different card backs for the 3 different ages. If playing a 2 or 3 player game, some cards will need to be removed before shuffling them. The cards will show on the left if they should be included in 4 or more player games or 3 or more player games. Remove the ones that apply for your player count. They can return to the game box. Now shuffle each one separately and place them face down on the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd God's Gift spots for them on the Age track. Place the Saga token on the first Age cards. This token will move 1 spot at a time to track the phase of each age. Whoever was born the furthest north will be the first player. Give them the first player token. Blood Rage plays through 3 rounds called Ages. At the end of each age, a province on the map will be destroyed, killing anything in it, including the adjacent fjords. Any miniatures that are killed in the game will go to Valhalla. These don't come back to the player until the end of the age. A single age progresses through 6 phases, starting with a card drafting phase known as the God's Gifts. Each of the 6 phases happens in order as tracked on the age track sheet by the Saga token. It will be moved from one phase to the next as they are completed. When finishing an age, it moves to the first phase of the next age until the end of the third age, the end of the game. Before delving into the phases of the game, let's look further at how the game board and clan sheets are laid out. On the main board, you'll find various locations and places miniatures can be. A province is a named location with a single outline for a border. There are 8 outer provinces and a single center province known as Yggdrasil. Any number of miniature figures can occupy Yggdrasil, but the other 8 provinces are limited. The outer 8 provinces will have between 3 and 5 villages in them. Each village is noted by the faint circles in them. To occupy the province, a figure must be placed in an empty village spot. Once all the villages in a province are full, no other figures can be placed or moved into it. A region is a cluster of 2 to 3 provinces on the outer edge. These are color-coded by their borderlines and are named along the outside of them in the water. The fjord spaces may be occupied by ships and some sea creatures as found by cards in the God's Gifts decks. The fjords are each adjacent to 2 provinces and count as being in or contributing to both. Throughout the game, players will be needing to calculate their strength in a given province or region. The clan sheet gives you all the information on your clan stats and miniatures. The clan leader has 3 strength, while the basic warriors are each 1 strength. The clan ship is 2 strength. All of these can be upgraded. The Black God's Gifts cards are all upgrades for your clan in general. They will be either a leader upgrade, warrior upgrade, ship upgrade, general clan upgrade, or monsters. You may control up to 2 monsters at a time. Each monster will show what its strength is on the card. If gaining a 3rd monster card, you must discard and lose 1 for the rest of the game. Likewise, you may hold up to 3 clan upgrades before having to lose 1. You may only have 1 leader upgrade, 1 warrior upgrade, and 1 ship upgrade at a time. Since your ship and leader each have special abilities or restrictions, they will keep these abilities even when a card upgrades them. Each clan has 3 stats kept track of on their clan sheet. All of them can be increased in different ways throughout the game. Having a stat marker in the legendary levels will earn you bonus glory points at the end of the game. Rage is the top stat, which determines how much rage you gain at the beginning of an age. Having more rage lets you take more actions. The second stat is axes. The position of this stat marker determines how much glory points are earned from winning a battle. The final stat is horns. This stat determines the maximum number of your figures that can be on the board at one time. This includes your ship, warriors, leader, and monsters. You may never have more figures on the game board than this stat shows. The first phase of each age is called the God's Gifts. Each player should now gain rage. Move your rage token to the number on your rage track equal to your value shown on your rage stat. You should have already done this for the first age during setup. Hands of cards will now be drafted from the God's Gifts corresponding to the current age. So in the first age, take the deck of cards with the 1 on it and deal 8 to each player. From these 8, choose 1 to keep for your own hand by placing it face down on your clan symbol on your clan sheet. Then pass the rest of the cards to the player on your left. From these newly received cards, choose another card to keep and pass the remaining left. Do this until each player has placed 6 cards down on their clan sheet. The 2 cards left over are discarded without showing anyone what they are. In later rounds, you may have 1 extra card from a previous age that will be added to this hand of 6 just drafted. The 6 or 7 cards in your possession can be used in the upcoming action phase. I'll go ahead and mention now that if drafting cards for a 2-player game, you should choose 2 cards each time, not 1. Once you've placed 6 on your clan sheet, discard the last 2 like normal. Each card generally explains what it does, but there are 3 different types. The black cards are all upgrades and include the monsters you might gain. The red cards are battle cards, which are only used when in a battle with other players. The green cards are quests, which must be completed at the end of the age before Ragnarok happens. The amount of glory gained from completing them is shown by the number in the blue box. Most additionally give a reward to boost your stats. It's recommended that you get a variety of types of cards. If not knowing what to draft because it's your first game, you may try sticking to 1 or 2 named gods on the cards. The action phase comes next and is the main part of the game where you'll get to play cards, move your miniatures, engage in battle, and more. The amount of rage you have will dictate how many actions you can do. The costs of each action vary, with some even costing no rage at all. But if you have completely depleted your rage to 0, you may not take any more actions on your turn, even if they cost 0 rage. Each player will get to do 1 action on their turn, starting with the first player and going clockwise. The action's cost must be paid in available rage by moving your token to the left. When a player has no more actions they want to take, or have run out of rage points, they must pass out of the round. When passing, all remaining rage is lost. Move your marker down to 0. The action phase ends when all players have passed, or all the provinces not yet destroyed have been successfully pillaged. There are 5 possible actions you can take, but I'll cover them in more detail later. After the action phase comes the discard phase. Players must discard any remaining cards in their hand down to 1. Only 1 card can be kept for the next age. In the third age, you can just discard all your cards. Next is the quest phase, where players will reveal the quests they've committed to this age. While this could be done simultaneously, I recommend resolving each player's quests one at a time in turn order. Flip over the quest cards played on your clan sheet and see which ones you've accomplished. Most have to do with having the most strength in a province or region on the map. Some have to do with having 4 or more of your figures in Valhalla. To measure the strength in a province or region, add up all of your figures' strength values as shown by their stats and upgrades on your clan sheet. Any of your ships or monsters in adjacent fjords will be counted in this calculation. Compare your strength total to any other players who have a presence in that province or region. By having a higher total, you'll complete those quests. Simply tying won't count. For any quest completed, gain the glory points shown along the glory track, and any rewards printed at the bottom. Then discard all the quest cards, whether completed or not. Now you'll resolve Ragnarok for the indicated province on the Ragnarok disc for this age. You should also find the Doom token on the corresponding province. Place the disc face down in the province, showing it has been destroyed. It will remain destroyed for the rest of the game. Each figure in the destroyed province is placed in Valhalla on the Valhalla sheet. All figures in the connected fjord are also destroyed. There is no greater glory for a Viking than being destroyed in Ragnarok. For each figure destroyed, gain a number of glory depending on the age. So 2 glory for each in the first age, 3 glory for each in the second age, and 4 glory for each in the third age. Move each player's glory markers as needed. Now move the Doom token to the next province to be destroyed, shown by the Ragnarok disc for the next age. After gaining glory points for the deaths of your Vikings, move on to the Release of Valhalla phase. All figures in Valhalla are now returned to their owners. These are returned to the player's reserve and can be used again in the following round. Do not move or adjust the figures on the game board. They remain there for the start of the next age. To fully end the first or second ages, flip all the pillaged tokens on the board to their reward side. Do not move them or reshuffle them. They will stay in their initial province throughout the game. Then pass the first player token to the player on the left. Lastly, move the Saga token down to the first phase of the next age on the age track. You can proceed to the next age, starting with the first phase. Each deck of God's Gifts cards get progressively stronger and better, providing more opportunities to gain glory. However, as the game progresses, there will be less territory to fight over, leading to more epic clashes. During the actions phase, players will get to do 1 action at a time in turn order. Most of the actions require you to spend rage from your rage track. Remember that you may not take any more actions in the round if your rage track is at 0. There are 5 possible actions you can do in the game, as shown at the bottom of the clan sheets. The invade action lets you move a figure from your reserve into an empty village space in an outer province on the map. Invading figures can never be placed in Yggdrasil. Also, your figures in Valhalla are dead and cannot come back to the game this round. Only one figure can be added to the map per invade action. The rage cost for that figure is equal to its strength. The exception is your leader, which will get to invade for free. Each warrior by default is 1 strength, so it costs 1 rage to bring a warrior to the map. The ship's strength is 2, so it costs 2 rage to invade with it. However, the ship may only be placed in fjords. Once placed in a fjord, the ship can never move. Monsters in your reserve may also invade an empty village by paying rage equal to their strength. The march action can be done for 1 rage and lets you move your miniatures from one province to any other. Any number of your figures can be moved from any one province to another single province. They cannot be split to different provinces. The destination province does not have to be adjacent when performing a march. There's no limit to how many figures can occupy Yggdrasil, but when choosing an outer province to move to, you can only move as many figures as can occupy empty villages there. The outer provinces have limits of 3 to 5 village spaces. You may choose an upgrade card from your hand of cards to play on your turn as your action. Pay the rage equal to the card's strength as shown in the red circle. Each clan sheet has slots for up to 8 upgrades, 1 each for your warriors, leader, and ship, 2 for monsters, and 3 for your clan. As soon as the upgrade is played, it is immediately in effect and permanently stays on the clan sheet unless replaced by a different upgrade card later. You may have multiple upgrades in different slots that give the same type of benefit. Both cards take effect independently and do not cancel each other. When playing an upgrade for your leader, warriors, or ship, you may immediately invade with it at no extra cost. That's assuming you have the figure in your reserve, of course. When playing a monster upgrade, pay rage equal to its strength and take the monster's miniature from the monster supply near the board. Add one of your clan's plastic bases to it and put it in your reserve. It'll be yours for the rest of the game, unless replaced by another monster. When playing its card for the first time like this, you may immediately invade with it, placing it in any empty village space on the map. Should the monster die, it goes to Valhalla like any other figure. It can also gain you glory during Ragnarok like any other figure. Each monster tends to have a special ability as shown on their card, so make sure to read how it works and apply its effect when invading. Many effects only happen when entering the board by invading, and not when marching to a new province. The quest action lets you place one of your quest cards from your hand onto your clan sheet. Place it face down on top of the clan's animal symbol. It costs no rage to commit to a quest like this, as long as you still have rage. You may have up to 2 of the same quest in a round, but there's no limit to how many different quests you can commit to. You are always allowed to check your quests you've placed. You should try to fulfill the quests during the action phase so the quests will be completed during the quest phase of the round. There are no penalties for failing a quest, but all quests will be discarded at the end of the quest phase. Completing quests rewards you with glory points and often stat increases. The pillage action is the one action that can initiate battle. When you have at least 1 figure in a province with a pillage token showing its reward, you may attempt to pillage it. You may also pillage an adjacent province to one of your ships in a fjord. By successfully pillaging, you'll gain the reward shown on the token. It will be either to increase one of your stats or gain glory. It costs no rage to pillage, but you must still have rage. To resolve a pillage, follow these steps. Any enemy miniatures in the province are automatically in the battle. Any players who have figures in adjacent provinces may join the battle in order, starting with the player to the left. Each player, including you, may move 1 adjacent figure to the battling province on their turn. Even if a player has no rage left, they may still move into the province to join a battle. These moves don't cost any rage points. Keep going around until either the province is full or everyone is passed. A player is allowed to pass and have an opportunity to join again if someone else moves in. Yggdrasil is adjacent to every province and has no limit to the number of figures that can be here. Ships may never move from their fjord space. If it's the case there are no enemy figures in the province or fjord, the player who started the pillage action gains the reward without a battle taking place. Then flip the pillage token over. It cannot be pillaged again this round. The second step of pillaging happens only when there are enemies in the province. Those players must participate in the battle. All players in the battle must play a card if they have one. However, only the battle cards will add strength or special effects to the battle unless otherwise specified. Choose a card from your hand and hold it face down in front of you. Once all players have done this, reveal them simultaneously. Revealed battle cards will add a strength bonus to the total strength they have in the battle. Also resolve their special effects. A cancel effect happens before others. Revealed quests or upgrades don't do anything. Some special battle cards can be used after players revealed their cards. These special battle cards show their bonus strength in a solid white circle with text explaining that effect below it. If players are adding these kinds of cards, start with the pillaging player and go clockwise until nobody wants to play anymore. Add up the strength of each clan's figures in the province and added bonus strength from cards played. The player with the highest strength wins. If there's a tie for highest, all players lose the battle. The losers are destroyed and go to Valhalla. The winner must discard all cards played, even if they were upgrades or quests. The losers get to keep all their played cards from the battle. The winner of the battle gains glory equal to their Axis stat on their clan sheet. If the winner was the one who initiated the pillage, they gain the pillage token rewards and flip it over. This province cannot be pillaged anymore until the next age. If the pillaging player does not win the battle, no one pillages the province. The token remains face up and no one gains its reward. The winner only receives glory. When pillaging one of these tokens, you'll gain an increase of the corresponding stat on your clan sheet. By successfully pillaging Yggdrasil, each of your stats moves up 1. When increasing your rage stat, you don't automatically gain rage to spend this round. You'll only increase the amount of rage gained in the next age. The end of the game triggers after the 3rd age, specifically once the release Valhalla phase has completed. Midgard has been destroyed, and now you must see which clan has gained the most glory and earned its place next to Odin's throne in Valhalla. The final bonus points earned for players is from their stat trackers. Each of their stat markers in the final 3 columns earns points. Markers in these 2 columns gain 10 glory points, and any in the final column gains 20 glory. The player whose clan has the most glory is the winner. Keep the rulebook handy and check BoardGameGeek.com for FAQs and extra content. Check the video description for links to Cloud Puncher games for board game shelving and Mr. Meeple t-shirts for cool board gaming shirts. The Meeple Mentor channel is now part of the board game community, the Gateway Network, made up of great upcoming board game content creators. Originally founded by the Gamecasters podcast, the network includes Instagrammers, podcasters, YouTubers, artists, and more. Click the link in the video's description or head over to the Gateway Network's Instagram to find great new content. Thanks for watching this tutorial. Like and subscribe if you found this teaching helpful. Stick around to watch another Learn to Play video. And remember, teach when you can, but always be learning. See you next time.